BLACKNUT has recently launched a deal with Ubisoft to have several other games on their platform. They currently have a discounted 1-year subscription along with a Ubisoft game of your choice added to your Ubisoft account to play on BLACKNUT or anything else. This has allowed them to enter the world of online multiplayer as well with Ubisoft multiplayer games added to the library. The question is, how well does it stand up to their peers running the same games? For this video, we'll be testing Skull and Bones. Let's get right into it. Now, the reason we chose Skull and Bones is because we already had experience in the game. It was one of 2 games that had online multiplayer, and it originally had a benchmark when it was released. Sadly, they seem to have gotten rid of that in recent updates. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. We've been working closely with BLACKNUT to test these games, and they have actually upgraded their configuration to use the NVIDIA RTX 5000 for this game. This card is more powerful than what the Shadow Power upgrade uses, but with a catch. It's only using 1/3 of its power, hence the 8. This card has a total of 24 gigs of RAM. Also, the majority of the graphics settings are set to low. We are comparing gameplay with the new GeForce Now Performance tier and Amazon Luna. GeForce Now has the settings at high at 1080p. Surprisingly, Amazon Luna does not allow you to change the graphics settings like it was an actual console, unfortunately. But Ubisoft Connect does have the FPS counter available, and in just about all circumstances, it was hitting 60 FPS. Now during this gameplay, I'll be going back and forth on all 3 platforms during this boss fight. We like these bounty boss fights because there's a lot going on to test these systems. And as I mentioned, BLACKNUT has increased its configuration to attempt to hit 1080p 60 FPS with this game. And with these settings, BLACKNUT hovers around 35 to 45 FPS this entire fight. Now Hefe, who was playing on Luna, forgot to turn on the FPS counter, but as my other test was showing, and I'm sure you can see, Luna is pretty smooth. And of course, with the upgrade the Performance tier just got, they're actually struggling to hit 60 FPS, but their settings are much higher than BLACKNUT's. So where did BLACKNUT go wrong here? Well, first off, the game is very playable, just not optimal. I had no troubles keeping up with the others in this fight, it just didn't hit 60. So what can be improved? Well, I believe their configuration is off a bit. Now please know that they aren't looking for the best looking game on ultra settings. They just want a smooth experience for the casual player, similar to Luna. Now disclaimer, I had no idea on the exact configurations BLACKNUT has to work with, but using half of the A5000 instead of only 1/3 will probably help plenty. I also have no idea on how many virtual CPUs are being used here, but I'm gonna guess that only 4 are being used. There needs to be 8 or more with at least 16 gigs of RAM. This way, the configuration can handle heavier loads like this boss battle here. Both GeForce Now and Luna have 8 or more virtual CPUs in these configurations. When the seas are calm and I'm basically alone, I can get really close to 60, but I still can't quite hit it. It is clear some hardware needs to be increased. But again, this is playable, just not exactly where it needs to be. So please put your thoughts about this in the comments below. BLACKNUT is listening. We have more content featuring BLACKNUT, including our BLACKNUT interview talking about adding more AAA games very soon. So if you're looking forward to seeing this interview, make sure you're subscribed to keep on top of that. Now if you're looking to sign up for BLACKNUT to get their 1-year deal to get your free Ubisoft game, the link is in the description. Now if you like this comparison on BLACKNUT, give us a like. Also, make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon and our Discord, links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here at the only place we can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.